We've all heard the advice of sell the transformation. How many times have you heard that? Just sell the transformation, sell the outcome, sell the result. It's supposed to make you sound smart, but it's making everyone blend in with everyone else. And you don't differentiate. You don't sound like you. And what kills me the most is that when you're selling the transformation, you are likely repelling the very people that need your help. I know, irritating as hell. When everyone is selling the transformation, we don't stand out. We're not attracting raving fans. We are literally just holding this idealistic thing out here, like be more confident, step into your true self, and no one buys that. We don't buy aspirational marketing. I know, kills me. Okay. In this video, I'm going to break down how we can get more specific, because I know that when you're trying to sell the transformation, it gets really hard to be specific, and especially when we don't want to do pain point marketing. But I'm going to show you how we can align it with our human design and undefined centers in a way that you've never seen before. And it works so incredibly well for helping you get more specific while still being aligned to you, your genius, your way of looking at the problem. And it makes you stand out, and it moves people. It gets them to freaking buy. And it's everything. I don't like persuading. I don't like making people feel like they have to buy my thing or life is not going to be good anymore. That's not what we're doing here. We're creating an ecosystem that allows them to feel seen and heard, and that you are the one that can help them. Okay. So if we haven't met, I am Rachel, and around here, I hate blending in. I hate that you blend in. I want you to stand out for being you and doing the work that you do and being super soul aligned, energetically aligned, all the things. Like, I'm obsessed with human design and AI and how we can have our messaging feel more like us while still growing our business. So if that's you and all the things you're obsessed with as well, follow along, because I have so much to share with you. So let's get into how we even got here around talking about selling the transformation. There was a huge surge, like when the internet really came online, bro marketing and selling to pain points and agitating wounds and pushing pain and urgency and making people feel like so they would buy the thing, right? And us as soul-led entrepreneurs hate that. Like, we hate that. Hate that so much. It feels gross. It feels slimy. We don't want any part of it. So when someone says sell the transformation, we're like, sweet. I don't have to talk about the pain. I don't have to agitate something that doesn't feel good. I can sell the transformation that someone's stepping into. Fan-freaking-tastic. I'm on board. But that's where things kind of like the wheels start to fall off the cart, because selling the transformation of something that is visionary, that is expansive, that is identity-based, future self, it automatically starts to become very vague, and no one really understands what you do. So selling the transformation looks like, I help women step into their power. I help you become your highest self, or get in touch with your highest self, I help you love yourself more. I help you scale with ease, even. I help you create aligned wealth. Do you see how vague these are? They don't make you excited and go, oh my God, yes. Maybe if we get a little bit more specific, like maybe I help you create aligned wealth through investing. You're like, okay, maybe, but it doesn't really inspire you to be like, I need that now. I need it now. So what happens is we end up feeling like we have to launch all the time. You only sell when you're live. You're constantly creating content after tons and tons of content in order to explain what the transformation is and to try and get people to understand it. And you over-explain and over-educate, none of it leading to a sale, none of it leading to scale. You might get a few people that are like, I just love what you're saying, let's do it, but it doesn't convert at scale. And I want you to know that this is super, super common. I've done it myself until I really understood why people buy, why people are going to invest in something. Why do I invest in something? Really understanding the buying psychology underneath. And it's really not as complicated as a lot of people make it out to be. And it ties so beautifully in with human design. It was like a light bulb went off and it just made me get so excited to talk about this. Like my brain is moving 1,000 times faster than my mouth right now. So, okay, those transformations, I help you scale with these. I help you create aligned wealth. They lack this friction point. There's no tension. There's nothing that says, I need to fix this now. And that's really what makes people buy. Think about the last time you bought something. Why did you buy it? Because it triggered something like, ooh, I need this solved right now. I need to work through get to the other side, not have to deal with this anymore. There's a wall I keep hitting and I'm tired of it. That's what we want to speak to. Okay. And this is like tension marketing. Okay. Transformation is the destination. Those are the same thing. Transformation, destination. Your high value problem, though, this thing that they're dealing with, they're like, this sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. I am so ready to solve this problem. And if you watch marketing advice and messaging advice, they'll talk about people that are ready to buy. They're problem aware. It's kind of where we're going with this, is that they are super, super problem aware. And you're presenting this pattern. You're presenting this thing that they're dealing with all the time, over and over and over. And they're just done dealing with it. Those are your people that are going to invest without a countdown sales timer. They're going to invest without you having to clarify all their objections. I honestly believe that if you are getting a ton of objections, there's something deeply wrong with your messaging. Something is amiss in there because people don't trust that you can help them. Let's talk about some examples before we get into the undefined centers. And I'm going to show you how to use your undefined centers with this messaging and transformation and problem. Okay. So first of all, business, maybe they're talking about, I help you scale to 6 figures. How many coaches have you heard that say that? Maybe you do say that. I hope you scale to 6 figures. That was a huge, huge one in 2021, all the way up until like recently. I still see some people talking about it, but it's not working. It is not working because we've all bought something that said that and we're kind of over it. That whole trust recession, I think, comes back to the fact that we have talked so incessantly about transformational marketing and sell the transformation that we're all like, the transformation's fucking bullshit. And I'm tired of it. Versus if we can identify and understand what they're struggling with right now. What is that problem that we know that we can help them solve? That's when they start to trust, and trust without a whole bunch of follow-up. Tension marketing. Okay, so I help you scale to 6 figures. If we talk about tension-based problem, it's if your income drops when you stop posting, you built visibility, not stability, or you built yourself a job. Okay. Do you see the difference that like we're naming the thing that they're dealing with that they don't want to? And even like next level is that we're pointing out a pattern that they haven't even seen yet. That's what I freaking love about working with coaches, is because they are so good at seeing the real problem, the root cause. When we position it to say like, this is the issue here, but putting it in terms of what they're dealing with, that's when everything clicks into place. Okay. So second example is I help you create magnetic content. Boring. And I've totally said that before too. I'm calling myself out on this. If your audience keeps saying this resonates but doesn't buy, your messaging feels good, but it doesn't make them move. Ouch. Yep. Doesn't that feel so much more like, oh my gosh, you called it out. You're calling me out. I have to do something about it. A third example is like someone that's working with like a life coach, confidence. I help you feel confident. Confidence doesn't sell, my friends. It does not sell. To create tension, though, if you're waiting to feel confident before you act, you're stuck in a loop that never resolves. Ouch. Okay, now, how do we bring in our human design into this and make it feel really aligned to us in problems and this is also what I see a lot of my clients struggling with, is that they're stuck in the transformation, trying to sell the transformation, and they don't really know what problem it solves. They get vague problems. They don't see exactly what their ideal client is dealing with right now. And our undefined centers can help pinpoint it. It can help us narrow in without feeling like we're going on a hunt to figure out what problem your client has. That you can get really laser focused quickly and easily, and it feels like you. Okay. So I have broken down all of the centers, and we're going to talk about each one because I think it's really important to see how this works with your undefined centers. Okay. So if we start at the top, head, generic marketing is clarifying your niche and simplifying your strategy. Boring. A high value problem is if you're constantly consuming more information but still not moving, you don't need another strategy. You're addicted to mental clarity. That's a problem. That's a problem I need to solve right now. Right. And obviously, when we talk about these examples, you're not going to say the same thing over and over and over and over. You're going to iterate on the theme. But if you can't get specific like this in your offer messaging, your offer is going to be really hard to sell. I'm just going to say it because I've tried selling in the results and kind of vague problems. It doesn't sell. People don't see themselves in it. People need to see themselves in your marketing. Okay. Do we do that? We use our human design to make it really clear what we're doing and who we're here for. Your undefined ajna. Generic results marketing would be, this will help you feel confident in your messaging. A high value problem is if we keep rewriting content because you're not 100% sure it's right, you're not refining, you're stalling. Ouch. I know a lot of people that keep saying, oh, I just need to make it right. I just want it to be perfect. You're stalling and it's costing you. It's costing you clients, it's costing you energy, it's costing you all the things versus just trusting that what you have to say is going to come out clearly and your people are going to know it. If you have an undefined throat, generic marketing might look like learn how to communicate more effectively. Boring. A lot of generic stuff starts with learn to or how to. So keep that in mind. You have a lot of learn to or how to in your sales messaging. High value problem. If you feel like you have to explain everything perfectly before you hit post, you don't trust your voice. You don't. Ouch. This is my gate 39. I feel like my gate 39 and my son that loves to feel like a little bit like, I'm going to just make it feel like, ouch, you're right. I'm uncomfortable. I need to fix that. Generic marketing for the undefined G sounds like find your authentic brand, right? If you're a brand strategist, I'll help you have an authentic brand. That's boring. The high value problem is if your messaging shifts every few minutes, every few months because you feel different, or if your branding changes every few months because you feel different, your audience doesn't know who you are and neither do you. I will help you fix that. Undefined will, generic marketing, is charge more and own your value. How many of you heard that? Charge more, own your value. You are worthy. A high value problem, though, is if you feel like you have to over deliver to justify your price, you're still trying to prove you're worth it. Undefined solar plexus general marketing is have better sales conversation. A high value problem, though, is if you lower your price, the second someone hesitates, you're not negotiating, you're avoiding discomfort, right? Do you see how we have to truly understand who we're speaking to in all of this? And this is the level of specificity that is required in this online space now more than ever because there's so much competition out there. And I don't like saying that there's competition and we are all rising together. And I do believe that. But however, if you are using generic results, transformation marketing, you blend in with everyone else that's doing that as well. When we get super specific and knowing this is who this is going to help, this is going to give you the best results too. You're going to get the best testimonials. When we talk about a high level problem that they're like, oh my God, yes. And you know you can help them solve it. Guys, your messaging becomes fire and so potent and so like people cannot not work with you. Undefined sacral generic marketing is build consistent momentum, right? Scale your business. High value problem is if you say yes when you're already tired, you're burnt out, isn't accidental, it's patterned, right? Or if you crash after every push or every launch, that's not inconsistent, that's boundaries, right? Okay, 2 more. Undefined root, generic marketing is create a scalable business. Scalable business looks so different for everyone. It really does. The high value problem, though, is if you can't rest without feeling behind, your business isn't driving you, pressure is. Undefined spleen, generic marketing, build confidence. High value problem. If you keep diluting what you really think so you don't lose people, you're not struggling with confidence, you're struggling with safety, right? There's a lot of fear with the spleen. And so understanding what people fear the most and are like, I don't want to deal with that anymore, that is really, really potent if you have an undefined spleen. Okay. Do you see how our undefined centers can help us get more specific in more impactful with our messaging and not so sell the transformation specific vagueness? There we go. Okay. Why do we default to this safer language? And this is something that I have contemplated on for a really long. Why do we do this? Why are we so vague? Why are we so afraid to get specific with our messaging? And the thing I keep coming back to is it feels safe. It feels like we're a little bit elevated, right? When we sell this like kind of fluffy, vague transformation. I'm calling you into your best self, right? It doesn't risk offending people, right? You step into your power. It's not confrontational. It doesn't piss some people off, right? And to be fully transparent, manifestors, you're going to piss some people off. Many gens, you're probably going to piss some people off. Even generators are going to piss some people off. Not everyone is right for you. So why do we keep creating messaging trying to make it for everyone? It's not for everyone. We have to be able to be okay with like saying, these are my people. These are the people that I want to help. When we do that, that's when scale becomes really easy. That's when big digital products, selling without you being there, all of that becomes possible. Safe messaging is going to blend in. Full stop. Okay. If nothing else, I want you to stop selling the transformation and I want you to start naming what is going on for your ideal client. What are they dealing with day in and day out that they don't want to anymore? Writing about that will be far more engaging, far more polarizing, bringing people out. Like you'll get comments for sure when you talk about this versus just talking about the transformation and stepping into your power and being more aligned. I get it. I've done it. I've done it. This isn't shamey. This isn't like me telling you that's bad. I'm just telling you that it's not going to give you the results that you want. And I want you to get results, my friend. So this is the work that I do with one-to-one clients. If you are in that growth stage and you're like, I'm not standing out, it's a lot of work to get us every single client. The messaging needs to shift. And I think you know it. Let's do it in alignment with you so it feels good, feels amazing. And you get to show up and be yourself, show up, sell your offers, and feel really, really good about it because you know your people get amazing results. Details are below. Check out the next video and I'll see you next week.